It's Sunday night, and you're already thinking about it. The restart, the fresh start, the new plan. This is the week you wake up early, work out, eat clean, drink water, journal, meditate, be on time for everything, and finally become the person you keep promising yourself you'll be. Monday. That's when it starts. Except this is the fourth Monday in a row you've made that promise, and you're starting to notice a pattern. Hey, welcome to Betterish, where we make self-improvement less painful. Let's talk about the Monday restart, because I actually think it gets a worse reputation than it deserves. There's this whole genre of self-help advice that says if you're waiting for Monday, you're already failing. Start now, they say. Start today. There's no perfect time. And that's technically true, but it's also the kind of advice that sounds wise and actually just makes people feel guilty for a completely natural human instinct. We like beginnings. We like clean starts. There's a reason gyms are packed on January 2nd and empty by January 15th. And it's not because the January 2nd people were dumb. It's because beginnings feel good. They come with hope. And hope is not a bad starting point, even if it doesn't always carry you to the finish. So here's my actual take. All Start Monday is fine, genuinely. The problem isn't the Monday part. The problem is what we attach to Monday. We don't just say, I'll start my one new habit on Monday. We say, I'll start my entirely new life on Monday. New diet, new workout, new sleep schedule, new morning routine, new attitude, new everything. And then Monday arrives, and by Tuesday afternoon, we've already missed one thing, and because we were going for perfect, one miss feels like total failure, and we quit and start planning next Monday's restart. And that cycle, that's the actual problem, not Monday. The all-or-nothing cycle that uses Monday as a launch pad for unrealistic expectations. So let's reframe this. First, any day is a good day to begin. Monday works, Tuesday works, Thursday at 4 p.m. works. The day doesn't have magic powers, but it also doesn't have a curse. The reason Monday feels good is psychological, and psychology is real. A clear boundary between the old you and the new you can genuinely help. It's the same reason people quit smoking on their birthday or start running on the first of the month. The symbolic fresh start gives you a mental runway. That's not weakness, that's just how brains work. So if Monday helps you get going, use Monday. Just don't wait 3 Mondays for the perfect one. Second, the problem with waiting for the perfect time is that the perfect time is a myth that keeps you comfortable. Because here's what perfect actually means in practice. Perfect means I'll start when I'm not stressed, when work calms down, when I have more money, when the weather gets nicer, when I've slept better, when I've figured everything out. And the thing is, those conditions will literally never all be true at once. Life is always somewhat stressful, somewhat busy, somewhat imperfect. If you wait for the stars to align, you will wait forever. And waiting feels like doing something, but is actually doing nothing. At least Monday gives you a date. Waiting for perfect gives you nothing.
Here's the thing about wants. They are not bad. I need to say that because a lot of money advice makes it sound like you should eliminate all wants and live on rice and ambition. That's miserable and also not sustainable. Wants are the reason you earn money in the first place. The goal isn't 0 wants. The goal is wants that are roughly 30%, so they're not eating your savings alive. If your wants are at 50 or 60%, which is incredibly common, that's probably where your money is going. Not because you're reckless, but because wants are sneaky. They add up in small amounts that feel invisible. $10 here, 20 there, a subscription you forgot about, the delivery fee on the food you ordered because you were tired. None of those are problems individually. Together, they're your entire future savings. Savings. This is 20%, and this is the bucket that buys you freedom. This is emergency fund money, retirement money, debt payoff beyond the minimums, the down payment fund, the someday I want to quit my job fund. 20% is the number that, over time, turns financial anxiety into financial calm. Because having savings means that when something goes wrong, and something always goes wrong, it's a problem instead of a crisis. A car repair is annoying when you have savings. It's catastrophic when you don't. Now, how do you actually do this without a spreadsheet? It's simple. When you get paid, move 20% to savings immediately. Not at the end of the month if there's anything left, because there's never anything left. Right away, the day the money comes in. Set up an automatic transfer so you don't even have to think about it. Then, whatever's left, spend it however you want. As long as your needs get covered and you moved your savings first, the rest is yours. You don't have to track it, you don't have to feel guilty about it. You already did the important thing. And if 20% feels impossible right now, start with 5 or 2 or 1. The number matters less than the habit. Once savings becomes automatic, something you do without thinking, you can increase it over time. The worst budget is the one you abandon in week 3. The best one is the one you can actually stick with, even if it's imperfect. A couple of quick notes because someone will ask, if you have debt, especially credit card debt, that 20% should probably go toward paying that off first because credit card interest will eat you alive. Once the high interest debt is gone, redirect that same money to savings and you won't even feel it. And if your income fluctuates, like if you freelance or work variable hours, use a monthly average. Take your last 3 months of income, average them, and base your percentages on that. It won't be perfect every month, but over time it balances out. Here's your one thing challenge for today. Figure out your numbers. Just the rough ones. Take your monthly take-home pay, the money that actually lands in your account after taxes, and write down what 50, 30, and 20% of that number would be. That's it. Don't change anything yet. Don't cancel subscriptions, don't move money, don't set up transfers. Just see the numbers. Because you can't improve a situation you can't see. Once you know what the split should look like, you'll start noticing when reality doesn't match, and that awareness will do more for you than any spreadsheet ever could. Subscribe if you're trying to be a little betterish. See you next time.